Hey everyone, and welcome to Coach Cruise. I'm your host, Brad, and we are back fresh from the Carnival Valor out of the port of New Orleans. And let me tell you, overall, we had a fabulous time. We were on a back-to-back, the first leg being 4 days, the second leg being 5 days. Some of you may have seen the logs. I did 9 of them, and obviously one for every day. And we just had a really wonderful time. I have many more likes than I do dislikes or pros, cons, whatever you want to refer to them as. But we're going to get into that today. And so if you are going on the Valor anytime soon, maybe you might experience some of these things, and maybe you can say, yeah, I didn't really see it the way you saw it, Coach. But let's get to it. Okay, so let's talk about food first, because that's one of the best things about cruising, right? Is all the different foods that you can eat. And let's go up to the Lido deck, and let's start talking about some of the things I really liked. Now, I've been on numerous cruises, and there's a lot of cruises where I might only get one guy's burger, and that satisfies me, and that's good. For whatever reason, over these first couple of cruises, maybe it's because running short on time, or maybe that's because, Anita was hungrier earlier than I was, so she went to eat earlier, and so, there wasn't a point of both of us going to dinner, or else one of us would have to go alone. So, some of those things, but yeah, I ate Guy's Burgers probably about 4 or 5 times over the course of our, 9 days. And I gotta say, it was great every time. I usually get the ringer, and then I had them add a bacon patty to it. And then I take it over to the toppings bar, and I throw a bunch more toppings on there, and it's just delicious. So Guy's Burgers on point like they usually are. Big like there. I also make a point to go to the deli on almost every cruise, and my go-to is the turkey sandwich, and I have them add pastrami to it. Comes on a pretzel bun, and it is great. And I got one of those this cruise, and it did not disappoint once again. Came with some fries, a little bit of heaven there, and I thoroughly enjoyed that sandwich the one day that I got it. Next is the Seafood Shack, and here comes the first dislike. Okay, so I went to this Seafood Shack twice, and this is another one of my get this at least one time things, and that is the peel and eat shrimp. If you haven't had the peel and eat shrimp at Seafood Shack, get the peel and eat shrimp above the fried shrimp. Skip the fried shrimp. Okay, the peel and eat shrimp is just fabulous. Peel off the shell. It's very easy to do. Dip it in a nice generous helping of butter that they give you, and it's just amazing. It really is. You'll really enjoy it. Get that at least once a cruise. It's only going to cost you about $15 for a big plate of it. You can share it with somebody, have a cold beer next to you, and you're not going to regret it. You'll thank me for that one. Okay, so that was great once again. The other thing I had at the Seafood Shack that I shared in the vlog, well, I shared the shrimp as well, but the clam chowder in a bread bowl. I'd had that before, but, I was looking at the menu, I think the day after, I'd had the peel and eat shrimp, and I wanted something for lunch, and that clam chowder, it sounded so good the day before, and I said, you know what, I'm going to go back, I'm going to get that clam chowder. It's only $5. $5, obviously it's an extra charge, but it is fabulous. I mean, very generous with the clams. I really enjoyed that bowl of clam chowder soup, I gotta tell you, in the bread bowl. And then you get to the bottom, and it's, just soup going up against the bread, and you kind of scrape those two together, and it's just really melts in your mouth, and very savory. Now, the one dislike so far, okay, and this is from Anita, and I trust her because she loves lobster. We've had the lobster rolls at the Seafood Shack before, and they give you a very generous helping and a very generous amount of lobster usually. Well, in this case, they used to be $12 for a lobster roll. I don't know if the prices have gone up. Maybe they've gone up a couple bucks. But she had gone for lunch, and she said she sent it back, that, she opened the sandwich up and there was just a few tiny little pieces of lobster in the lobster roll, so she sent it back. So that was a minor disappointment for a seafood shack. But the other two things that I mentioned were fabulous. So like I said, we have had really good lobster rolls there from the past. Maybe that was just a bad batch, where they scooped up, the lobster mix or whatever, and they just, got a spoonful that didn't have hardly any lobster in it. I don't know. But yeah, that was one minor dislike. Still on the Lido deck. They don't have a bonsai sushi on the Carnival Valor, but they do have a sushi station, and it's located on the Lido deck. And we had a couple rolls, and their signature roll, I guess you could say, is a roll called the Bang Bang roll. And honestly, I forget what all is included in that Bang Bang roll, but I can tell you it was very good. And then finally, the other thing that I really enjoyed off the Lido deck was at the Mongolian Walk. That is where you go through, a buffet type line, and it's actually in the buffet area, and they have a variety of different vegetables that you can get stir fried, and then you pick from a selection of meat. I think it's shrimp, beef, and chicken. In my case, I elected to get all three. I had that mixed in with some ramen noodles and with the vegetables and everything. It was really good. I got that, I think, on one of the first days of the cruise, and I really enjoyed it. All right, so let's go on to main dining. So the main dining room. Let's just go through quickly some of the things I liked. All right. I didn't eat at the main dining room a lot. Again, sometimes I just skip dinner. And but the few times that I did, some of the things that stuck out that were pretty good that I remember were the sweet and sour shrimp. On the elegant night, I had the prime rib, ordered it medium rare, and the prime rib was thinner than I remember it being. I don't know if anybody who's gone recently have noticed that on your elegant night ships when you've ordered the prime rib, but the prime rib seemed very thin. It was still very good though. It was still very good. The spaghetti, I don't normally order spaghetti, during dinner, but I ordered the spaghetti carbonara, and it was really good. I had that with another entree. I think it might have been the same night as the prime rib. I don't know, but it was very good. And then they usually only serve it once a cruise. I don't think they call it beignets all the time, but the alligator beignets, if I'm pronouncing that correct, New Orleans people correct me if I'm wrong, beignets, but those were very good. They only came three, and I ate those three very quickly, and I ordered another order, and made sure to cut those in half because they were so good. But the alligator bites or alligator beignets on the cruise ships have always been really good. I'm not like, I guess you just don't get a chance to eat alligator very often, so it was very good for me. A couple of the dislikes in the main dining room, and again, everything's not going to be perfect. I understand that, but the lasagna was a little disappointing. We both ordered lasagna one night, and we both just took a couple bites, and that was it. We didn't want to fill our bellies up with any more of that because honestly, it just didn't taste that good. My favorite dessert, my go-to dessert, I guess you could say probably of all time, is apple pie. And I guess I'm not expecting a perfect apple pie on a cruise ship, but this apple pie that I had was kind of disappointing, to be quite honest. And I'm a dessert lover, so for me not to finish a dessert, it's got to be not so good. So, the desserts sometimes I've noticed are hit and miss, and we'll get to another dessert for the Sea Day brunch in just a minute, which was very good. That's been hit or miss in the past too, but that I really enjoyed. Okay, so let's get to that Sea Day brunch. You actually saw, if you watched all the vlogs, you saw we actually did the episode on this. Anita's been partial and really enjoyed I don't know if it's called the Signature Tower or the Seafood Tower, but it might be a combination of both. But it has like a tuna salad, an egg salad, a shrimp salad. Then you can get they call them graflic, some type of fish. But anyway, they give you, a couple bagels, cream cheese, all that other stuff, and then you can put these various salads along with your bagel, and it makes a really tasty, breakfast. And Anita shared with me that a couple times, and I've enjoyed it as well. Me, on the other hand, I went with the familiar steak and eggs. I got my steak medium rare like I usually do. You usually order my eggs over medium, but I wanted to make sure they weren't too hard, so I ordered them sunny side up this time. Really enjoyed that. And one new thing, because I always like to get something new so I can share it back out with you, but the superfood salad, salmon superfood salad off the C-Day brunch was fabulous. It wasn't huge. It was a rather small cut of salmon, but with a variety of veggies and everything, and it was really good, really tasty. They did the salmon just perfectly, and I felt pretty good eating something healthy along with my steak and eggs, right? So that was really good. Now, one of the things along with the C-Day brunch, and I did order this a couple other places too, because in the mornings, I do like a good Bloody Mary. Maybe I've been spoiled by Guy's Pig and Anchor, and if you haven't seen, I did a video with Anna Maria when she was on the Horizon, and she made Guy's Pig and Anchor Bloody Mary, which I have labeled the best Bloody Mary at sea. It comes in a pint glass. I mean, they put bacon in it, they got celery in it, they got olives in it, they got all kinds of stuff going on in it, and it is just fabulous. Well, it wasn't that the Bloody Mary was bad. I had a couple Bloody Marys, and especially Marina, who we'll talk about in a little bit. She made me a really good one, and it wasn't that they were bad, but they come in these little skinny, tiny glasses, whereas the Guy's Pig and Anchor give you a nice, generous pint glass, and it's just, yeah. So what's up with the skinny little glasses, Carnival? Let's get a healthy Bloody Mary, put it in a pint glass, and just let's go, Guy's Pig and Anchor style across the fleet. So that's a minor complaint, like I said, but I would look to that. Another thing in the main dining room, going back to that really quick, I marked this in my notes, but the mixed drinks in general. I haven't had a lot of success ordering mixed drinks in the main dining room, and at this point, honestly, I've gotten scared. I mean, I know my bartenders, my Alchemy bartenders, they're always my go-to. A lot of times I'll go to the Alchemy before dinner, and I'll take a drink with me into dinner, so I don't have to order a drink for the main dining room. But, old fashions, that's one of the drinks I like to get on occasion. And I don't know why I keep doing it, but I keep ordering an old fashioned in the main dining room. And it's not very good, almost every time. And I don't know how they make their old fashions there is so much different than some of them, my go-to bartenders. But just not really big on the mixed drinks. So, going forward, I think I'm going to order something that's very simple, either a beer or a glass of wine, something that doesn't involve a lot of mixing, or some kind of signature drink that is pretty common that everybody knows how to make. But you would think people would be common and old-fashioned, but maybe not. The Wi-Fi. Okay, that is one true dislike of Valor and warranted. It was horrible. You couldn't connect hardly at all at any point during the cruise. Once in a while you'd get lucky and get through on the Wi-Fi or whatever, but in fairness, went down to guest services, and they took my phone, they tried to mess with it, they closed a bunch of apps, they logged out, logged back in, did all the tricks that they try to do to get it working, and they still couldn't get it working. So they refunded it. So, in fairness, they gave me my money back. So what else can I ask for? Because of obviously wanting to upload video and things like that, I preferred to pay the money and that it actually worked, but they did refund the money. I also noticed Derek from Island Time, he was on the Breeze recently, and he complained about the Wi-Fi there too. So maybe it's something wrong with their satellite and it's not working across the fleet, but the Wi-Fi was very disappointing. The pool. Now, I know when I went, it's technically winter, right? It's late February, but you're cruising around the Caribbean, and I mean, most of the places we're going are 70, 80 degrees. So it's hot outside, but for whatever reason, the pool was just frigid. And I went back and looked at the video and went by the pool a couple times, and you don't hardly ever see anybody actually in the pool. They're all just kind of sitting around it with their feet, in the water area, but not actually in the pool. I enjoy going to, the Tides pool and, standing there and cooling off, having a drink, whatever else like that. I did get in there once on the last day, just because I said I have to get in this pool at least one time. And it was funny because about 4 of us jumped in there, and it was so cold. We were all laughing at each other jumping in. And there was one woman I remember, and she wasn't going all the way down. She was only maybe chest high, and we're like, oh, you got to dip all the way down, and then your body will adjust to it. And so finally she did. And a couple minutes later, after she had, kind of totally submerged us, I asked her, thinking that she was going to say it was better doing it that way. And I said, is it better? She's like, no, So I got a kick out of that, it didn't seem to help. When I got in there, it was pretty cold. It did get better once I went all the way down, me personally. But that's something in itself. All right, so let's move on. Okay, so the bars. All right, let me just tell you a couple drinks I got at a couple different bars that I really enjoyed. Serenity, and I didn't do this till one of the final days, but I was just walking around the ship, and I don't like drinks that are too sweet, so I ordered a peach margarita at the Serenity deck. I don't know if that's one of the only places you can get that. It's one of the times I've noticed it on the menu. I asked them not to make it too sweet, and honestly, it was really good. All right, so you might want to try that one, the Serenity deck, the peach margarita. The Blue Iguana, again, I was searching, my usual go-to drink at the Blue Iguana is the Patron Blue Margarita. And again, I was looking for something different. I wanted to get the same thing all the time. So I tried this pineapple agave tea, I believe it's called. And it wasn't too sweet. It had about 6 different alcohols in it. And it was really tasty. I ordered a couple of them. Both times they were really good. Finally, the Alchemy Bar. That was our go-to spot for myself and pretty much, the whole crew that we kind of hung out together with the whole week. We would just, it was like a big group of us. If you watch the bar crawl video, I would say 2/3 of that bar crawl group just hung out the rest of the week. And we all just had, fun sharing jokes, laughs, talking, whatever else. Great drinks by our bartenders, Marina, Dexter, and Miguel, and just had a great time there. The staff in general. Now, I heard somebody in a Facebook page recently complain about, I'm not going to mention the ship, but it was a Carnival ship saying, they thought the staff wasn't very nice or all the time or something like that. On the Valor, I can't tell you of a single person on the Valor that wasn't nice. Everybody was very nice, very friendly, overly friendly sometimes. I just felt so welcome by the staff in any venue that I went to. I never felt like I got a cold shoulder or, I wasn't important or anything like that. Everybody treated me, fabulously. So, credit to the Valor staff. I don't know, it keeps your morale up all the time. And if you, have been in the news recently, you know that was only a cruise or 2 cruises, depending on which one you're talking about, after that very unfortunate incident. So for them to keep a good spirit like that all the time, rain or shine, that's just, that's my dog Sadie. But it was very impressive. So hats off to the staff as a whole. Some others that I want to give a big shout out to. I already mentioned Marina, Dexter, and Miguel from the Alchemy. They know our crew better than anybody because we were there, like I said, just about every night, just having a great time. but they treated us exceptionally well. They're magicians behind the bar and just did a great job. You know, the first leg of that cruise, my birthday fell on one of those days. Somehow they found out about it, and they just stopped everything in the middle of a busy night and had everybody sing me happy birthday. So that was really cool. I got a big kick out of that. Did not see that coming at all. So that made me feel good. And going still in the beverage sector, the bar crawl, the beverage manager on the Valor, his name is difficult. It's Nemanja, something like that. But he, you know, met me both times because we did 2 bar crawls, one on each section of the back to back. And in both cases, we had 2 bartenders assigned to us, Bojan and Nico. And you actually see them in the videos, but they were so fun and so cool, and just really enjoyed hanging out with us. And you know, I know after I did the first bar crawl video, they said they saw it on the YouTube and everything, and they got a big kick out of it and all that other stuff. But you know, anytime we would see them around the ship, they would always say hi and you know, call us out and everything, and just very cool people. And so shout out to all of them. The last person I wanted to shout out is because, you know, I have high standards because, you know, I'm a big Kendall Fire fan, among other cruise directors. But Zach is a new cruise director with Carnival. And I think, honestly, we might have been on his first and second sailings on the Valor. And I got to tell you, he's trying hard, and he really put his best foot forward and did a good job, and spoke to me individually, me and Anita, at a diamond event for a length of time. He's a big lover of hockey, being from Canada and the Montreal Canadiens. So we had talked a while about that, but one of the things that impressed me about him is he realizes, you know, it's important for him to be around the ship and make a personal connection with people. And he even, on the Facebook page that we had, he even, you know, sent a message to everybody, you know, thanking everybody for you know, making one of his first sailings, you know, a success, and being really good and cool with him and all that other stuff. And I just think that's so great, because I know the cruise directors are always so busy. So for them to take that extra time, that extra effort to really try to reach everybody, I thought was really good. So although he's new, and, you know, I know he's kind of feeling himself out as far as, you know, finding his little person, you know, his personal effects, I guess you could say, his personality to really, you know, hit everything just the way he wants. I know he'll find that, and I know he'll continue to grow as a cruise director and get even better. So, yeah, hats off to you, Zach. Great job for just starting out, especially. And again, overall, A+ to the Valor. I know I listed a couple minor complaints, but again, they're minor. I mean, everything's not going to be perfect. And an A+ to everybody that I cruised with. I mean, we made so many friends and friendships that will last beyond just this cruise. We've had so many people join the Coach Cruise Facebook page. We've had so many people joining our YouTube page, our YouTube channel, Coach Cruise. And so I look forward to staying in touch with so many of you that were on that cruise with me. And then for those of you that we haven't been on a cruise with, I look forward to making just as good of connections with you on a cruise in the future. And if not, we can do that hopefully on the Coach Cruise Facebook page and see some of your adventures that you share on that page with us. But again, that's all I have for you right now. Hope to get you another video very soon. But I just wanted to recap the Valor as a whole. And again, 2 thumbs up. Look forward to going again. As a matter of fact, we will be in New Orleans. Oh, speaking of New Orleans, big fan of the food down there. If you saw the day 1 vlog, you saw us go to Mr. Ed's on Beanville Street, which was fabulous. And that's going to be actually our next cruise again. We're going to go down to New Orleans again April 9th or 10th, I believe it is, on the Carnival Glory, which is the same class ship. So it's going to be very comparable. We'll be very familiar with the ship, and I know it's going to be a good time as well. But I might visit Mr. Ed's again because that was so great the last time we went. But New Orleans as well. Everybody in New Orleans was so cool. I mean, we were only there one day, but we did not run into a single person that had a bad attitude, that wasn't friendly or whatever else like that. So just a wonderful trip all around, and I look forward to taking some trips, hopefully, that are just as good as that one, but that's going to be a tall order. So have a good day or evening, depending upon what time you're watching this, and we will see you soon, cruise team. Take care. There were a couple things I failed to mention. One, I told you I was going to tell you about a dessert I really liked at the C-Day brunch, and that happened to be the banana cream pie. Now, I always get the banana cream pie at the C-Day brunch, and sometimes it's been so-so, but I get it every time because I've had it several times where it's just been fabulous. And this time, it was one of the fabulous times. Didn't feel like it was too cold. It was just as soft and moist, and tasted fresh, and it was just really, really on point. So the banana cream pie was great. The singer in the main dining room, if you watched all the vlogs from the Valor, you saw her sing twice. I thought she was excellent, one of the better singers I've heard in a Carnival ship. She sang Proud Mary both times, but both times, I scanned around the dining room, and you just saw people genuinely enjoying her and her voice. I mean, there's several people that always get up whenever they do any kind of singing or whatever, but it seemed to hit a little bit different. I mean, her energy and everything, and her voice just seemed to hit a little bit different, a little bit better than anything I've seen on a Carnival ship of recent memory, at least in singing in the dining room. And then finally, we didn't go to a whole lot of entertainment. We did go see America Rocks with the Playlist Productions. You saw little clips of that in one of my vlogs, and I'll tell you what, they did rock. That one Playlist production we went to, they did a great job. Along with that entertainment, I will say that one of the things I was a little bit disappointed about, I used to go to it quite a bit, but not as much in recent memory. But the piano bar, I mean, we were on for 9 days and it was never open. I guess from what I understand, the rumor was the piano bar person, whoever that was getting heckled badly one night. Somebody, I don't know why. But apparently they just quit. They just up and quit, and they didn't replace that person yet, I guess. And that was the reason. But that was a little disappointing that wasn't an extra entertainment offering, but it wasn't on the Valor, at least while we were there. But again, that's a minor disappointment. And everything else, like I said, mostly A+s across the board. So very minor marks on the scorecard there. So that was it. And if you go on the Valor, I genuinely hope you have as good a time as I did, because if you did, you are going to absolutely love your cruise experience, and just have a wonderful time. So I hope very much that will be the case when you go on your cruise. So until next time, cruise team, we will talk to you later.